My roommate went through a second differentiation and turned into a soft, sweet Omega. As his best buddy, the one who even used to share underwear with him, I knew he was thin-skinned, so I kept his secret. Not only that, I even took it upon myself to help him find a suitable alpha. I posted an ad online. Height 194 centimeters, gender O, 8-pack abs, loves basketball. Contact me if interested. Later, we accidentally ended up in bed together after drinking too much. I worried that I might have lost control and gotten him pregnant, so I fussed over him every day, guilty as hell. But a month later, I suddenly started getting backaches and nausea. Damn it, how come I'm the one who's pregnant? 1. Are you sure that's an Omega's height? Not a typo. If he's an alpha, hurry up and send him over to me. Omega, 8-pack abs, 194 centimeters tall. Sounds like a monster. Who would like such a tall Omega anyway? And what's with basketball? The comments online were all over the place, with plenty of people doubting his gender. After all, based on the stereotypes about alphas and Omegas were supposed to be small and delicate. No alpha would go for one who stood 194 centimeters tall. But as Dominic's best buddy, I had to help him with his lifelong problem. So I replied, my bro went through a second differentiation into O, that's why he's so tall. You can't just judge from appearances. Yeah, he looks sturdy, but he's genuinely a great guy. Bennett, what are you doing? Dominic pushed open the door and set the lunch he'd brought me on the desk. I jolted, quickly killing the screen on my phone like I'd been caught red-handed. Why did I suddenly feel so guilty? Nothing, just scrolling through some videos. My eyes drifted to the lunch he'd brought. I immediately opened the containers. All my favorites. Dominic, you're too thoughtful. Seriously, I couldn't imagine which alpha would get to enjoy such a considerate Omega in the future. Grinning, I threw an arm around his neck, and Dominic ruffled my newly dyed white hair. As long as you like it. Dominic and I had been playing basketball together since middle school. Back then we hadn't differentiated yet, but we were already the best players on the team. I remember saying with absolute confidence, Dominic and I will definitely become alphas one day. Sure enough, in high school we both differentiated into top-tier alphas. Dominic shot up to 180 centimeters overnight. From then on, no idiot dared to pick on him for being skinny. But I never imagined Dominic would later go through a second differentiation and become an Omega. He must have been crushed inside. Thinking of that, I couldn't help letting out a sigh. What's wrong? Dominic noticed my gloomy expression and tapped my cheek with his finger. There shouldn't be secrets between best friends. After hesitating for a while, I handed him my phone. Dominic swiped across the screen twice, and his face instantly darkened. I rushed to explain, those online comments are nonsense. There's no way no alpha would want you. Don't worry, since I'm your best buddy, I'll definitely help you find the right alpha. Who says tall Omegas aren't desirable? I think it's great. Dominic gave me a deep look, then lowered his eyes and muttered softly, only Bennett would think I'm good enough. 2. How could that be? You're amazing, there's no doubt lots of people like you. Back when Dominic was still an alpha, the two of us were the most popular guys at a university. We were the type Omegas and Betas would scream over. Of course, right now I was the only one who knew about Dominic's second differentiation into an Omega, and I was determined to keep that secret for him. It happened during summer break before this semester. One day, I showed up at his place with a basketball in hand, asking what he thought of my new hair color. Dominic ruffled my hair and said, white looks cool too. I pounded my chest. Of course, you know who I am. Then he pulled me down to sit beside him and, looking dead serious, told me he had gone through a second differentiation. My chest tightened. Wait, you're not an alpha anymore? Dominic nodded. Then, beta? He shook his head. If he wasn't alpha, and not beta either, then there was only one answer left. Omega. The basketball rolled right out of my arms. I swallowed hard, trying to comfort him. It's fine. So what if you became an Omega? I'd never look down on you for that. You're still my best bro. Dominic picked up my ball, pressed his lips together, clearly wanting to say something but holding back. I kept reassuring him. It's not like a second differentiation is something you can control. If you don't want anyone else to know, I'll keep it a secret. By the way, did your scent change? Let me smell it. The moment I said that, I realized what I'd just asked. My best friend had become an Omega. Asking an Omega to release pheromones for me to smell was basically the same as telling someone on the street to drop their pants so I could touch them. Just then, a faint cedarwood scent drifted into my nose, like I'd stepped into a quiet forest. Dominic deliberately let his pheromones wrap around me. Do you like it, Bennett? Like it? Of course I do. His scent hadn't changed, but maybe because he'd become an Omega, it no longer clashed with mine. If anything, it smelled even better now. Dominic smiled and asked, so do you like my pheromones? Or do you like those fruity-scented omegas? Obviously yours. I've never even met that so-called fruity omega. For all I know, it might smell like durian. I knew Dominic was just newly turned omega and wanted to prove he was better than the others. And as his best friend, of course I had to back him up. 3. No classes this afternoon, let's go play basketball. Our roommate Harrison pushed the door open. The three of us were all members of the basketball team, and we usually practiced together. Today we've got a friendly match against S University, Harrison said. Let's crush them. Sure, I grinned and slapped his palm. With Dominic on our team, we never. Halfway through the sentence, my voice trailed off. Even though Dominic still looked just like an alpha on the outside, he was an omega now. During an intense game, when alphas got worked up, it was easy for pheromones to leak out. Putting Dominic in a group of alphas was just too risky. I couldn't let him play. Dominic clearly knew it too. He smiled and said, I haven't been feeling great the past few days, so I'll sit this one out. I'll bring you guys water instead. That afternoon, Dominic sat in the stands as a substitute. For the first time, I had no one to coordinate plays with, and it threw me off. By halftime, we were only tied with the other team. When I came off court, I lifted my jersey to wipe my sweat. From the stands, screams erupted. He's so hot. Those abs. Our team's saved. That white hair is sick. Dominic came up to me, his face dark, and lowered his voice. Bennett, pull your shirt down. I grinned and pulled his hand right onto my abs. Jealous of my perfect body? Go ahead, bro, take a feel. His hand twitched, his breathing turned heavy, and his voice came out hoarse for no reason. Never mind. He yanked my jersey back down, looking away. Here, drink some water. Harrison ran over, whining loudly, hey, I want water too. Why don't I get any? I jabbed an elbow into him. Get lost. If you're thirsty, buy your own. He rolled his eyes. You're just spoiled because Dominic takes care of you. Let's see if he still treats you like his little wife once he finds himself some soft, sweet omega. There's no way Dominic would ever go for an omega. Dominic is. I cut myself off just in time. Almost blurted out his secret. What is he? Nothing. I waved it off. Just go get your water already, the second half's about to start. But for some reason, the thought of Dominic ending up with some alpha I didn't know left me irritated. The more I thought about it, the harder I played. The ball cut a perfect arc through the air and landed cleanly in the hoop. A beautiful three-pointer. I made up my mind. After this game, I was deleting that online post. None of the alphas on there were any good anyway. 4. Thanks to my aggressive play in the second half, a university still took the win. After the game, Harrison slung an arm around my neck, grinning. Bennett, let's hit the showers. My jersey was sticking to my sweaty skin. I tugged at the collar. Yeah. Walking along, I was looking down at my phone. Man, don't lean on me, you stink of sweat. Harrison whistled. Like you don't stink yourself. Hey, Dominic, you coming too? I just finished deleting the post when I looked up, and ran straight into Dominic's eyes. They were dark, roiling with something I couldn't read. I'll come too. Bennett can help me. Dominic yanked me toward him, and I caught a whiff of that familiar cedarwood scent. Gentle tendrils of it wrapped around me, easing my tired muscles. No problem. TSK. How had I never realized his scent smelled this good before? 5. Showering together was practically tradition for the basketball team. Dominic sat in front of me, bare, with his back turned. I held a towel and scrubbed across his shoulders. Even after becoming an omega, your body's still incredible. I meant it sincerely. He didn't look like an omega at all. His build was still the picture of a perfect alpha. Then I corrected myself. I couldn't think like that. It was discrimination. Right. Who said omegas had to be delicate? Suddenly Dominic spoke. Control your pheromones. I'd spaced out, and somehow my mint scent had filled the stall without me noticing. I quickly pulled it back in. Normally, if pheromones leaked, I'd notice immediately, because alpha's scents would clash, leaving both of us uncomfortable. But now, instead of clashing, mine and Dominic seemed to pull toward each other. The closer I got to him, the harder it was to hold myself back. The tense muscles under my hands suddenly relaxed. I hurried to finish scrubbing and gave his backside a pat out of habit. All done. I'll handle the rest myself. Dominic frowned. Why? Just because I turned omega, I'm not allowed to scrub your back anymore? No, it's not that. My ears burned. You're an omega now, it doesn't feel right. Someday you'll be with another alpha, and if he finds out about this, it wouldn't look good. Dominic suddenly shoved me against the tiled wall, his eyes shadowed. Then why didn't it feel wrong when you patted me just now? Who exactly do you want me to be with? And why did you delete the post? Steam had long fogged the tiles, but my back still felt cold. His barrage of questions left me stunned, my eyes darting helplessly over his handsome face, the ridges of his abs, and, wait, how could an Omega be bigger than me? He grabbed my chin and forced me to look straight at him. Still daydreaming? Bennett, I've gone through a second differentiation. Won't you at least consider me? His voice, low and pleading, was right by my ear, but my mind was already spiraling, because I'd reacted to my best friend in a way I couldn't admit out loud. My pheromones slipped free again without me meaning to. I didn't even know how I managed to push him away, pull on my clothes, and bolt like my life depended on it. 6. I wandered the campus for a long time before the heat finally faded from my face. My phone kept buzzing with notifications from the one contact I had on special alert. Dominic, sorry, I messed up. Forgive me, okay? We're still best friends. I'll buy you your favorite strawberry gummies, please. My thoughts were all tangled, and I had no idea what to reply. Just then, another chat box popped up, the one that had been silent for half a month. Your mom's sick. If you have time, come home to see her. The photo underneath showed my mother's pale profile. Panic hit me. I immediately asked Harrison to request 2 days off for me and rushed back home. 7. The moment I pushed open the door, everything was a cold gray tone, the floor gleaming white. My mother leaned on the sofa, her expression unreadable, while another boy sat on the other side. Mom, are you okay? I shouted. She stood up and grabbed my wrist. Ah, you're finally back. Her makeup was flawless, and there was no trace of illness on her face. The boy smiled faintly. I'm Finley. Half a second later, it hit me, she wasn't sick at all. She had tricked me into coming back. You and Dad set this up to deceive me. She shot me a glare. What nonsense. We just wanted you to meet Finley. He's just come back from overseas. Show some manners. Only then did I really take a good look at him. Finley, the strawberry-scented Omega I'd been engaged to since childhood. All right, you two talk. Your father and I will go make dinner. My mother left smiling, with the maid following behind. The atmosphere instantly turned awkward. I'd always been around alphas, and I had no idea how to interact with an Omega. My face burned red, and after a long struggle I finally blurted out, Hi, I'm Bennett. Finley laughed. Before meeting you, I thought you'd be one of those arrogant heirs. Why are you so nervous? I've seen your basketball games, you looked great. I stammered, thank you. You look really nice too. He was strikingly refined, pale skin, tall frame, and a natural grace that radiated outward. A top student who had studied abroad. By all accounts, no alpha would dislike an Omega like him. So why didn't I feel anything at all? After a few awkward exchanges, he suddenly grew serious. What do you feel about me? Not bad. He pressed his lips together. Then I'll be direct. Our engagement is mainly a business alliance. If you don't object, we should settle on a wedding date soon. What? My mind went blank. We just met, and he was already talking marriage? Isn't this too fast? I haven't thought it through. Our companies are facing challenges. Marrying now would mean your family could help. His honesty was startling. But marriage lasts a lifetime. Do you even like me? He gave a bitter smile. Yes, a lifetime, but what choice do I have? I'm just a pawn. I don't get to decide. A pang of sympathy struck me, though I didn't know how to comfort him. The faint scent of strawberries drifted toward me, sweet and cloying. Your mom said you like strawberry candy. Do you like my scent? Heat surged through me, and my own mint-scented pheromones slipped out, tangling with his. The compatibility was obvious. Sorry. Struggling to breathe, I switched on the air system. I don't like your scent. Please put it away. He ignored my refusal, softly taking my hand. How could you not? Don't lie to yourself. I stood up and shook him off coldly. Respect yourself. 8. The meeting ended badly. After Finley left, my father scolded me with frustration. He's highly educated, his pheromones match yours, and you dare push an Omega away. You're only a year younger than Finley. Stop fooling around with dyed hair and wasting time with shady friends. You're graduating soon. How will you inherit the family business like this? I frowned. What shady friends? You refuse to attend social gatherings with me but spend all your time with that boy Dominic. What can he do for your future? My mother joined in. Exactly. Even if he's doing fine now, he's nowhere near our family's level. You need to be sensible. We're doing this for your own good. I staggered back a step, stunned they could speak this way. So all you care about is profit? Didn't you used to approve of Dominic? We did, my father said, but that was only because we chose to invest in his projects. You must face reality, he's not from our world. You can't stay childish. The engagement with Finley benefits both families. Every word stabbed at me, cutting deeper than I thought possible. For the first time, I felt like I didn't know my own father. I forced out the words, "Dad, have you ever considered that I don't like him?" He slammed a report onto the table. "Feelings can be cultivated. I had your pheromone compatibility tested, 93%. That high. There's no way you dislike each other. Stop causing trouble. I don't like him. His scent makes me sick." Throwing those words down, I stormed out without looking back. 9. Normally, Dominic always kept an eye on how much I drank, but this time, with him away, I was determined to drink my fill. At the bar, I leaned on the counter, glass after glass sliding down my throat. The sharp burn numbed my senses. My vision blurred gradually. The alcohol tasted awful, but it let me escape reality. My mind drifted back to the first time I met Dominic. In middle school, he had just moved to my street when a group of bullies cornered him in an alley, ready to beat him up. His face was bruised and battered, pitiful beyond words. I couldn't stand by. I stepped in, fought them off, and sent them running. From that day, Dominic became my best friend. We spent middle and high school together, knowing each other's secrets inside out. His family wasn't well off, so I gave him my red envelope money, under the pretense that he'd cook for me on weekends. He remembered all my picky habits and cooked better than any hired chef. In college, I had my parents invest in his business, and Dominic's career flourished. Since we shared a dorm, he cared for me with meticulous attention. I thought we'd be best friends forever, but somewhere along the way, our bond subtly shifted. Suddenly, a cool hand brushed my neck. I groggily lifted my head and snapped, "Who's there? Don't mess with me. Stop drinking. Let's go home," Finley said, worry in his eyes. I groaned in irritation. "Ugh, why are you here? I don't like you." The strawberry scent of his pheromones hit my nose again. Clinging to the last thread of reason, I yelled, "Are you insane? An Omega in a bar releasing pheromones? Do you know how dangerous that is? Go home." He pressed both hands against my shoulders, eyes intense, and leaned down to kiss me. "I won't let this opportunity go," he murmured. I immediately turned my face, and his lips brushed against my cheek. I said, "It's impossible. I already like another Omega," I snapped, shoving him away. Then, a familiar large hand yanked me from the seat and wrapped me in his coat. The familiar scent of cedarwood overpowered the sticky sweetness of strawberries. I leaned into Dominic's chest, feeling safe. "Get lost," Finley's voice called out weakly. "Who are you?" "I'm Bennett's fiancé." "Is this Enigma's presence?" Finley's voice faded, but my body heated involuntarily, rubbing against Dominic's abs. Dominic pulled me back. "Why is your forehead so hot?" Losing my cooling source, I lunged at him. Dizzy and dazed, I murmured, "Don't let go. You're entering your sensitivity period. Should I get an inhibitor for you?" "No. You lied to me before. I'm not supposed to reach it for another 2 weeks." "You can't lie." I clung tightly to Dominic's waist, refusing to let him move. "It's real. You were probably affected by that Omega's pheromones. Let's go outside first." Drunk as I was, reasoning was useless. I stood on my tiptoes and pressed a kiss to his lips. 10. Things quickly spiraled out of control. A sensitive alpha instinctively craved more. Dominic carried me into a hotel. His warm fingers brushed over my glands, sending electric thrills through my body. "That Omega just ripped off your inhibitor. He almost kissed you. Who is this Omega you said you like?" My mind fogged, cedarwood scent filling the room. He questioned me while pressing against me, letting his pheromones flood me. My voice broke apart. "I don't even understand." Dominic paused, sat up, eyes red but calming. "I'm sorry, I don't know why The warmth vanished. I supported my sore waist, biting his gland before he could react. When I woke, it was already noon. "Awake. Want some water?" Dominic handed me a bottle. My gaze fell on his gland, covered with the chaotic bite marks I'd left. I just swallowed water and spat it out. Did I really mark my best friend while drunk? Did I take precautions? I couldn't remember. Would he have a baby? I couldn't believe I'd done this to Dominic. Noticing my stare, he asked, "What's wrong? Are you uncomfortable?" "No. Last night, we spoke simultaneously." "Dominic, you first." I took a deep breath, feeling desperate. "It was all my fault. I'll take responsibility. You can scold or hit me, I won't resist." Dominic's expression darkened. "Just take responsibility?" That did sound like a scummy alpha move. I reconsidered. "Then, I'll do anything you want. I'll make it up to you." He shook his head, as if giving up. "No, I was at fault too. You don't need to make it up." "Really? You don't need me to." "I didn't fully mark you, did I?" Even on the subway back to the dorm, I couldn't stop obsessing over it. "No, really. Don't worry," Dominic said, expressionless, turning back to his thesis. After a while, he put down his mouse. "I've applied with the advisor to switch dorms." My heart skipped. Why? An Omega living with an Alpha isn't convenient. Too many things don't work out. But I couldn't think of a reason to stop him, so I asked, when are you moving? I'll help. 11. Maybe because I had accidentally marked Dominic, I noticed him starting to avoid me. He used to always wait for me on the basketball court, but now the spot was empty, with only my water bottle left there. We used to go to class together, but now I turned around and couldn't find him anywhere. We used to study together in the library, and now I was alone at our usual table. I started to panic. I posted online, accidentally marked my best friend, now he's ignoring me. What do I do? Comments flooded in. City people call this a best friend? Last time it was about helping a best friend find a partner, now marking your best friend? Did you become the partner? Impressive, marking an Omega ranked 194. Your own wife, you'll have to take care of yourself. Did you hurt him? Accidentally? Oh, very sneaky, very sneaky. The more I read, the more panicked I felt. Bennett, did you fight with Dominic? Harrison asked, taking off his headphones after losing a game. No, I muttered. He grinned, teeth showing. Really? It's been almost a month. It's obvious. You used to be inseparable, like conjoined twins. Now it's like a couple having a cold war. I panicked and blurted out, well, it's like this, I have a friend, and he accidentally marked his best friend. The sound of rolling luggage interrupted me. Dominic pushed a suitcase into the room, cutting off my explanation. Harrison asked, traveling? Dominic didn't spare me a glance, saying coolly, no, the dorm transfer approval finally came through. What dorm transfer? Trouble with your roommate? Harrison looked between us. You two having a disagreement? Just talk it out. I felt a pang in my chest, hating myself for what I'd done while drunk. How could I have done that? Dominic wanting distance made sense. No, we said in unison. Dominic, I'll help you pack, I offered. He nodded, not refusing. Dominic climbed to the top bunk to organize his bed while I opened his wardrobe. His clothes were clean, but still carried that faint cedarwood scent. A strange desire surged. I wanted to crawl inside, smell his clothes, sleep in his scent. Breathing in his pheromones, even my sore lower back felt better. Bennett. His voice startled me, breaking me out of my fantasy. I scrambled to grab his clothes. He stood behind me, arms around me, handing me his shirts. Careful. 12. Dominic really moved out. The dorm felt empty immediately. I felt like something inside me was missing, staring blankly at his former spot for days. My stomach ached uncontrollably. Could I not survive without him? I refused to contact him, forcing myself to endure. A few days later, my mother called, apologetic. Bennett, we never expected Finley to use pheromones in the drink. I've cancelled your engagement. He really isn't right for you. I mumbled a distracted, twice, then suddenly my stomach cramped violently, and I vomited. Harrison panicked. Are you okay? Should we go to the hospital? My mother, overhearing, added urgently, what happened? Did Finley do something to you? I wiped my mouth weakly. He's just an Omega. What could he do? Dominic arrived quickly anyway. Still worried, she insisted, you must go to the hospital. Let Dominic take you. Harrison cleaned up the mess quickly and started pushing me out. Come on, let's get you checked. With Dominic away, I'm responsible for you. Don't worry, I'll take him to the hospital, my mom called. Dominic appeared from the lower floor, stopping us. What's wrong? Are you uncomfortable? I snorted through discomfort. You're not my roommate. Why does it concern you? Harrison betrayed me. He's been vomiting and complaining about his back. I'm taking him to the hospital. Dominic's face shifted immediately. Anything else bothering you? I ignored him. Harrison can take me. Fine, then it's your responsibility, Harrison said, disappearing quickly. I frowned. You've been avoiding me, and now you insist on taking me to the hospital? Dominic asked again, persistent. Are you feeling anything else? I got flustered under his stare. Nothing serious. Really, it's fine. His expression darkened, gripping my wrist tightly. We're taking a taxi to the hospital. 13. In the car, Dominic's brow remained furrowed. Trying to lighten the tension, I joked, I'm young. It's not like I have some deadly disease. I probably just didn't eat well the past few days. Yes, should be fine, shouldn't be serious, he murmured, stroking the back of my hand repeatedly. The touch was soothing, and I drifted off to sleep in the car. Memories of that night, soaked in cedarwood scent, filled my mind. God, I remembered. The one marked, was me. I shot upright, gripping Dominic's collar. You, marked me. You, remembered, he said, tightening his hands, smiling bitterly. Sorry, you marked me and didn't want to take responsibility, so you just left? I almost laughed out of frustration. So your second differentiation thing was a lie too? You turned into that rare thing, the enigma? You bastard. It's Enigma, he admitted. Why tell me? I glared, then let go, leaning back to catch my breath. I couldn't believe I'd been deceived by him, and still nervously covered for him. Damn it, why lie to me? I'm sorry, Dominic said. I don't want apologies. Tell me why. His voice trembled slightly. I like you. I thought if I differentiated into an Omega, you'd consider me, so when you guessed I was Omega, I didn't deny it. That day I couldn't control myself. Sorry. He avoided my gaze, afraid to meet my eyes. After digesting everything, I asked helplessly, then, are these recent symptoms, pregnancy? I'm not ready to be a dad. It was just a temporary marking. Don't say anything, I muttered, rubbing my stomach, feeling something was definitely wrong. 14. After the examination, the doctor looked serious. You need to get admitted first, he said. Am I really pregnant? I asked in disbelief, pointing at myself as if witnessing a medical miracle. Wait, alphas can get pregnant? The doctor glanced at Dominic and me, puzzled. What? Pregnant? With what? Dominic asked before I even said the word. The doctor pushed up his glasses. Kidney stones. Just a small procedure, nothing serious. I let out a huge sigh of relief. You scared me. Almost gave me a heart attack. Doctor laughed faintly, realization dawning. You thought you were pregnant? Alphas don't get pregnant. Even if your boyfriend is an enigma, it's impossible. By the way, his level is quite high, but his secondary differentiation makes his pheromones unstable. You two can spend time together, holding hands, hugging, kissing, these can help with the symptoms. Of course, marking works best. I blushed furiously and pulled Dominic out of the consultation room. Thanks, doctor. We'll go handle the admission. Once the paperwork was done, I collapsed on the hospital bed. The VIP room had only Dominic and me. It was so quiet you could hear our breathing. I stared at the ceiling. Dominic, when did you start liking me? I don't know, maybe the first time I saw you in that alley. I had designs on you right away. I wished I could become an Omega then, so we wouldn't just be brothers. I knew I wasn't worthy of you, and I knew you already had an arranged match, but I couldn't control my feelings for you. That day I marked you, temporarily, yes, but seeing your symptoms scared me. I panicked and acted recklessly. Sorry. Hearing Dominic speak in broken sentences made my heart ache uncontrollably. No, you were never unworthy of me. I like you too. Be with me, I said. His eyes lit up with joy as he pulled me close. Really? Of course. Bennett, never lie. He pounced, pressing his lips against mine. After the kiss, I blushed and murmured, I always thought I'd like an Omega, but when I actually faced one who matched me so well, my first thought was that his pheromones didn't smell as good as yours. I've just been too slow to notice all these years. The few days you moved out, I missed you so much I nearly went crazy. Dominic leaned in again, murmuring against my lips, am I dreaming? I'm so happy. I rested my chin on his shoulder and hugged him tightly. 15. Our happiness barely had a chance to bubble when someone appeared outside the room. The person pushed the door open. Panicking, I pushed Dominic aside and forced a nervous smile. Mom, what are you doing here? Dominic quickly separated from me, standing properly. Hello, Auntie. Mom didn't answer immediately, her gaze scanning our faces. I felt nervous. Was she going to break us apart? Dominic suddenly said, Auntie, I like Bennett. I tugged at his arm, signaling him to stop, but he continued, I hope you'll allow us to be together, and help Bennett cancel his engagement. Mom chuckled lightly. All right, I approve. I froze. That was too easy. She took my hand. I overheard everything. I realized I was wrong before, thinking that matching Bennett with an Omega of similar status and pheromones would make him happy. My husband and I did the same with each other, and it worked out, but we made it too simple, forcing our ideas onto you too. I rubbed my sore eyes. Thanks, Mom. No need. Now tell me about these kidney stones. Have you been eating properly? Not exactly, I muttered softly. Dominic smiled. Auntie, it's my fault. I didn't take good care of him before. It won't happen again. Exactly, it's his fault. Mom ruffled my hair. Alright, I know what you're like. 16. After recovering from the procedure, I returned to the dorm. Harrison came out to greet me. It's fine now. You've been gone almost a month, bro. He saw our hands entwined and grinned. You two made up. Is Dominic moving back? Dominic and I exchanged a glance and smiled. He's moving out. Bennett's moving out, Dominic said. What? Harrison spun around, eyes wide, then screamed, You're really together. I raised an eyebrow. How did you guess? Harrison collapsed in despair. Everyone at school already knew from the posts, but I insisted you were just best friends. I even bet my sister next semester's crazy Thursday. My world's collapsing. I patted his shoulder, amused. Maybe open your eyes next time. Harrison was helpless. Honestly, he wasn't the only one blinded. If not for all this, I wouldn't have realized my own feelings. We might have continued pretending to be just brothers, but thankfully, we loved each other deeply. People in love always find their way to each other.